actually back in the studio. It was acting cool and calm, but no, there's a lot going on.
Oh my goodness. Good evening, Thomas. Exactly 30 minutes ago, I was on the side of a parade route downtown with most of my studio down there, and I'm back, which is a new record for me. It's not all the way built. I mean, I've got like cameras right here that should be plugged in. All right. I'll get to that. This is the only shot we have tonight.
You were your thumbnail wasn't in StreamYard when it usually is, and I was waiting like, should I text? Is he delayed at the parade?
I set it up.
Boop, you popped up.
It was the last thing I set up before I took Starlink down at the parade. I was making the thumbnail. I'm like, don't unplug the Starlink yet. I need to do Canva. It was crazy. It was so cold, Thomas. Who ordered this weather? It was windy. It was freezing. And of course, all the people who are like, hey, let's live stream the parade. Let's call Scott. They're like, yeah, we're not going to be there. We'll be watching online because it's cold.
It's cold.
Like, hey, that's not fair.
It's I guess the weatherman forgot to forecast that winter is here for many people.
Oops, forgot to tell you. No, it was winter's here finally. It really is. It was I don't know what the temperature was, but it felt like it was like zero, and the wind was just biting. And of course, I set up like in the largest clearing, unprotected area you could find. Everyone else was like huddled next to buildings and had the wind shelter, and I'm like, and the wind was just like. And
the microphone. Have access to Starlink, right? So you had to be.
I needed power.
Oh. So they had power not next to buildings, but in the middle of nowhere.
Yep.
Got it. Okay.
And of course, like I'm all set up, and then the announcers come up and like, hey, do you have any handheld wireless microphones? I'm like, yeah, but you didn't ask. And now you don't get them till next year. Man. Good fun though. It's a fun tradition. So.
It is. Speaking of traditions, first podcast of the month.
Yes.
You get to hand out some memberships.
Let me see if I remember how to do that.
Yes.
Okay. Let's turn that off.
Let's see. Someone said, where'd that go? Gally May says, turn up Thomas. I turn up my own self. I am so cranked up right now. I'm at like 205%. Gally May, is that a little bit better?
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good to you.
Membership gifting. I promised we would do this right at the beginning. So hopefully everyone's ready, have their membership gifting turned on. We're going to fire off 2 rounds of 5, sort of back to back.
Love it.
I'm hoping that YouTube took my creative criticism to heart and changed the algorithm so that long established members are qualified for memberships. But here we go. Here we go. The best chances right now. Gifting 5 right now. And let's see if it's working. Hey, can you get that door for me? Thanks.
It happened.
Good people are getting them. We're going to go. They just went out. I can't see who it got, but we're going to do one more batch of 5. Come on, fingers crossed, everybody. There they go. Krista A, Sandra P. I see these ones. Terry, Purple Orchid, and Lauren J. All gifted memberships. And I can't see. I can't do chat unless I look away from you for some reason.
You've got to go over
there. Red Pen gifted. Oh my goodness! Jennifer Juniper gifted 5 memberships. Red Pen gifted 5 memberships. Sloth Life gifted a membership. Sinbad gifted a membership. Krista OG gifted a membership. We had Stephanie, member for 9 months. 9 months on Krampus Eve. Who? Thank you, RA, all members, all that you do. Thank you very much. We did get the 10 memberships out here. Congratulations to the winners. Breezy gifted 5 memberships, followed by another as well. Thank you, all of you. That is super generous.
Love it. All right, I'm getting some messages that I'm extremely quiet. And Scott, you know how the broadcasts work. I am full blast to the top.
Okay. And I'm going to
that your hair hot on your mic.
I'm going to crank you up from my end as well.
Okay.
I'm hot.
Maybe that'll.
So now I cranked you up about 75%.
So is this sound check 1, 2? Chat, can you give me some feedback? Is that a little bit better than it was? Because this is as high as my microphone will go. And I've never had to crank it this high before.
Yeah. I think we're good.
That's better. Yes. Okay.
Okay.
I think by you giving me that boost. Sounds good. Okay, cool. How much more can you boost me on your end, Scott?
Through StreamYard, I can put you up another about 10%.
Okay, will you do that? And I can turn mine down just a smidgen.
You're up to 200 now. So you're maxed out.
All right. I got a little feedback of mine, so I cranked it down. Okay. On we go, nonetheless. Memberships are out. Congratulations. That's awesome. Thomas needs a higher chair, Cheryl says. Well, Cheryl, I could just do this. There.
How's that? Is that better?
We'll go.
I can just come down.
Try to match heights. Oh.
I'm squatting on the floor. My knees are in my chest. I can't do that. Oh my goodness. I'm excited for Thursday. It is this week's been a wild week in the true crime world. Looks amazing wherever you are. That background is incredible. It's like fireflies on Christmas, I think is what that would be. Or maybe it's a really bad gun battle in a Christmas tree field.
Yes.
With tracers everywhere.
I'm in a war zone in a Christmas tree farm.
It happens.
It has been a crazy week, especially in the true crime world, especially with what we saw today. But I will say, the people that are here in chat watching this podcast tonight, they saw all that. They're there, but they are here for the story that you have been teasing all week long.
Story.
Yeah, no, you can't do that to the people. And you can't do it to me. This is the only time a story is coming to the show that I don't even know what it's about.
Okay,
I have no clue. Zero.
Let me back up just a little bit. For this podcast has always gone in areas where most podcasts dare not to tread. So we've talked about my bathroom remodeling, things like that. We talk about food, and we go, occasionally we get to some yucky conversations. This is one of those. So just as a warning, this story time. This takes us back to Sunday, and you guys have to realize, I have wanted to upgrade my new remodeled bathroom with the luxurious commode edition to take it from the bidet. I wanted to go to bidet. It has not happened yet. I have not found the right one that I want in the right price. I should have looked at Black Friday. I didn't. That was my bad. But it's late in the evening. I'm lying in my bed. The kids are running around like crazy, as they're not ready to go to bed yet. But I'm not asleep. I'm not even in pajamas. I'm just sort of like crashed on the bed, looking at the phone, sort of thing. And the kids start giggling and laughing, and I'm like, "What is going on?" And I'm like, "The toilet's a fountain."
Oh no, they're playing.
I'm like, yeah, like what sort of pretend game is this? I'm like, no, the water's going like whoosh, whoosh. And they describe what in my mind is a bidet. I'm thinking, how did this happen? Is this a Christmas miracle? Is this a Christmas miracle? And a bidet magically appeared in my bathroom. And sure enough, I hear the sound of water. I'm like, what in the world? It sounds like somebody's swimming in my toilet, which is not a good. They weren't, just for the record. Now back up a little bit. It's late at night. It's dark, and there's a truck outside, a big truck that's sort of like parked in the intersection. Well, apparently my town got some grant money, or the promise of a grant money. But in order to get the grant money, they had to show need. The particular need they had to show was problems with the sewer system. So they hire a company called Duke to bring in this big. It looks like, oh no, let's do this one, not the thumbs up. It looks like a big like one of those vacuum trucks that opens up the sewer can and sits there. They hire them. I thought it was a vacuum. Apparently, it is the world's largest air compressor. They hooked that up to the sewer line right outside my house and set it to charge to full and caused a geyser in only my upstairs newly remodeled bathroom. I don't know what legitimate reason this company was doing this for. They said it was like to stress test the system. I walk out there and I'm like barefoot. I throw a coat on. I'm like, guys, I don't know what you're doing, but I've got Old Faithful in my bathroom right now. And it's never done that before. And it didn't until you started doing whatever you're doing here. And they're like, oh, sorry, we set it to lowest PSI. And then thankfully, all the years of training my kids paid off. The toilet had been flushed. It was clean. It was just water.
That was the next question.
Yes, that was my concern. It was just water. I wouldn't call it drinking water, but it was just water.
Right.
And so I'm like, look, I understand our town sewer system is, it was built when sewer systems were first invented. This was like the first one built in the country, and it has not been updated since then. It needs a lot of help.
Right.
But why in the world would you hook up an air canister and just blow into the sewer system knowing that the other side is the deposit end? You are literally
reversing that reminds me of the movie The Rock with Nicolas Cage and Sean Connery.
Yeah.
Have you seen that movie?
No.
Oh, you haven't? It's a must watch.
I guess apparently they have a bidet incident.
So now I'm drawing a blank. What's the island in San Francisco with
Alcatraz?
Alcatraz. So it's this mission. I'm not going to spoil it all. You got to go watch it. But anyways, they're going through the sewer systems, hiding from these vigilantes, and they're dropping these giant grenades down the manhole covers into the sewer system. It's just blowing everything through. And that's what I'm picturing happening in your bathroom right now. That's what.
So here's where my thoughts go. Lucky for us, no harm done. Okay, just clean up on aisle 7 is all we needed. The Duke, whatever Duke company was, Duke Sewer Blowout Company, Duke Dynamite Company, I don't know who it was. They said, look, if you want, we can come by tomorrow and get you some paper towels and some Windex and some Clorox or whatever. I'm like, no. Look, towels will fix it. I can cover it on my end. Not a problem. But what would have happened had someone been using the commode at the time? Dookie, yes.
Company name. They said.
My goodness.
To your point, I had it on screen for a moment ago, but somebody said,
I'm 9 seconds behind on my screen here. Sorry.
K and SC. Suppose someone was doing their business at that time.
Yeah.
What if?
I can only hope that I was the weak link in the neighborhood, that everyone else just had more water pressure. And I think the problem was it's a new toilet and it's one of those low flow, save the earth type. So there's not like a bowl full of 3 gallons of water sitting there just waiting for the next, visitor. It's a small amount of water. And so maybe that was the path of least resistance was my toilet, where everyone else's was a little bit higher.
Gosh.
And then I'm thinking, right about the time I replaced my toilet, we put a new toilet in the Airbnb.
Oh no.
And I cannot go in the Airbnb. She's not there. I cannot go in. And I'm like, how do I reach out to the to our guest and say, hey, by any chance, was there a major accident in the bathroom just recently?
That's awkward when you have to text her and say, hey, is your toilet blown up? I'm like, that's a little personal. So that's awkward.
Here's how I rationalize this. And this might be the wrong way to handle it. But I said, she's not going to be here for a week. She's gone for a week and she comes back.
Okay.
She's a grown lady. Okay. She's a nurse. She probably flushes the toilet. Most likely, if it did spray a little water. It's like somebody got out of the shower and didn't dry off very well, and give it a little time, it will dry up. And we just crossed our fingers and said nothing.
It's not like that at all, but I get where you're going with it.
She didn't say a word, so I assume that we're good. I might get the worst review ever. She's like, "Hey, mid-stay, my toilet blew up." That was a thing, but
or she came home and goes, "Oh my gosh, did I clog the toilet?" And she's too embarrassed, thinking she blew up the toilet, so she's not telling you. She went in there and cleaned everything up, thinking she was guilty before she left town.
Either way, I would be okay.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's right.
Fair with her taking care of it. Really great. She's here with us for another month, so she's been an absolutely wonderful guest. And
is she a traveling nurse as well?
Yes, she's a traveling nurse, and she wants to come back again later. She extended already for another month. Really enjoys it, likes the place, quiet, works perfectly for her. So
that's awesome.
Anyway, so my story was surprise, I have a bidet and didn't know it. You just have to time it right whenever Dookie comes out there and does their business in the street.
I'm telling you, they need to extend that E on their name 100%. Because you'll go out there storming mad like you were, and then when you read the branding and the wrap on their truck with Duke dash capital E, you'll stop in your tracks and go,
okay, can I get a selfie really quick?
Yeah. Hey, can I live stream you guys just for 5 minutes?
I do pulse streams. I do toilet streams. There is a gold, like a silver. Well, there's a tinfoil wrapper that goes along with this. Wrapping paper that goes along with this whole situation. Apparently, Dookie, as we call them, found what the town was looking for, and we're going to qualify for all this federal money to replace the sewer system that has not been updated since 1930.
And you've been talking about it and saying the town has no money to do it anyway. So, wow.
To do this, they have to tear up the streets. When they tear up the streets, we had dirt roads in this town for a long time. We're talking like horses and wagons and cars all at the same time on these. I get to metal detect on streets that have been covered since before metal detectors were invented.
So you're excited. You're fired up.
I am stoked beyond all get out. Because I know that the street right where they blew up the sewer system by my house, there used to be a convenience store, a little corner store. And I found like Barber Dimes and stuff right there. And I'm like, I get to uncover where the people parked and metal detect there. So as soon as they dig the street up, I'm going to be like, guys, I'm sorry. I know it's Brian Koberger, but I've got to take the next 2 weeks off to metal detect my town.
I've got to go see what kind of Dookie I could find.
Yes. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. So
that's really cool. I was going the opposite of like, they're probably going to disrupt one of the poles and off goes the internet and we can't go anywhere to pick anything up. But you work from home, kids are homeschooled, so it's kind of a great scenario for you guys.
I think it's a win-win now that the toilet has stopped erupting periodically. So I'm still going to get the bidet, although probably not the highest pressure model one now that I've seen what that can do.
Yeah, ask Duke what PSI setting they were at, and then go by your bidet and make sure it's way lower. Yeah. So that way.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, that was you can see why I didn't share that during the week. That's perfectly appropriate for the Not Relevant podcast. But
100%. So I love it. I want to, as we do via segues and make it kind of hip hop and bounce around and make things better. With city work and things like that, I want to skip to a story. And Scott, if you can prep the video for it.
This is my job. I've got one job here.
That's it. You've got one job. Well, because mine's broken. Otherwise I do. But in Colorado, I love this. A cop who is on a foot pursuit with a suspect through a neighborhood. And he can't quite catch up to the gentleman. And the gentleman hops onto a scooter. Well, the cop, as he goes into his side yard and he realizes he's losing ground, he commandeers the little kid's bicycle.
I think this is. Can you see it? Yeah, it's all set up.
It's perfect.
Right, ready to play?
Yeah, and it's got volume too.
This is full on body cam. I mean, this is not the body cam we watched today in the the recap of the fishing feud trials.
No, this one's
the complete opposites.
Yeah, but this one's got volume on it too. I mean, he's huffing and puffing. He's been at it for
Your
a
boy
while.
42 just took a scooter. He's on the road.
There's a suspect. Oh,
Did you see a guy on a scooter?
there goes the cop with the bike. Just cruising. I love it.
Yeah, you thought we were gonna catch you, were we? Huh?
He starts talking crap.
The kid's like, hey, is that my bike? Did you catch me on my bike?
My favorite part is so I get it. Like that's smart. And there's been videos out there before where it's happened, but so he commandeers the bike, chases him down, and then he talks crap. Yeah, you didn't think we'd get you, did you? But he didn't even get him. The guy in the car already had him, like there in the street, but he's talking crap to him. I love it.
The cop has to do a walk of shame and take that bike all the way back to the kid he stole it from, though.
100%. I would love to see an interview of the people that they had the ring footage from that just watched the guy on the scooter, and then the cop who's pedaling. And you know, it's such a small sprocket on the bike. His knees are going like this, and he's, hey, you guys see someone on a scooter? And they're just going.
My favorite is you can hear the tires go as he's like going downhill and accelerating.
Yes. If anyone wants to watch that again or read through the story, and if you have Facebook, it's on the City of Lone Tree Government. That's the Facebook page, City of Lone Tree Government, their Facebook page. Got to scroll down a little bit. They posted the body cam footage right there, and I posted. It's hilarious. I love it.
I can't get enough water. The cold weather just sucked the water at me.
I noticed that earlier.
I'm famished. I'm like just drinking like a fish. I hope the kid got a new bike. I mean, a lot of times police departments, when they, somebody that helps them out or something, they reward them a little bit. It's not a lot to get a kid a new bike. And I imagine the deputies could probably get together and be like, hey, thank you. As a token of our appreciation, as an apology for any damage we might have caused to your bike when we ditched in the street to tackle the guy, here's a new bike.
Gally Mae says they do have an interview with them, and she saw it. So I got to look that up and see what the interview is. What they thought was just, there goes a guy on a scooter, and there goes a cop on a little tyke bike. That's
the other officers are like, where's your cruiser?
I wonder how far back it was for him to. I'm so exhausted. This can't happen. He's on a scooter.
1 mile
I need
later.
a bicycle. 1 mile later. I wonder if they're going to start putting scooters in cruisers so cops can
so you can jump out and just run. Or maybe just give them those, what are they called? Wheelies? The little shoes with wheels on that you can just like
Heelys.
Heelys. Yes, Heelys. You sort of tip back on your heels and it becomes like rollerblades.
That sounds dangerous. Officer Brian has entered the chat, and I see some people laughing at him. So I'd like to know if he's ever taken someone's bike out of pursuit to see.
Official police business. I need your bike. Get off the bike, kid.
What a perfect time, though, like you said, to take the bike, and the kid's going to be like, the cop took my bike. If he thinks cops are cool, and that's all exciting, and it's the holidays, and so if they pitch in and get him a new bike, because it did look like an older bike. It looked like it was either the paint scheme or it's put together by a few different pieces or something, but that's fun. My favorite part is the end when he just throws the bike down. He goes, you didn't think we'd catch you, huh? Like he caught him. Your partner in the cruiser got him. You didn't get him. I love it. Oh,
I apologize. I have to look. I broke my studio down, and only the bare minimum is plugged back in right now. So I've got audio in one picture, so I can only see the rundown if I look over here. So I can't do much unless I ignore you here.
You had another story. We bunny hopped it. That again, I haven't even read it, looked at it, so I'm kind of curious of this one.
Let me pull it up. This is actually out of, I think, Salt Lake City. Let's see. The actual city was. Oh, no, it was out of Chicago. The news company was out of Salt Lake City, reporting out of Chicago. So, hang on one second.
Officer Brian says, I had a guy let me jump on his truck to help me catch up. I love when citizens see what's happening and you've got to be a quick thinker and see what's taking place and then pull over to the officer. Hey, hop in the truck. Let's go. Or here's my bike. Here's my scooter. Here, take whatever. I love seeing those stories. It's so cool.
I've never offered an officer to use my bike or my skateboard or something. usually they're like, hey, do you see which way he goes? And I'm like, who? My friend? No, I didn't see him go by. So this next story is about Christmas decorations. These particular decorations I used today to wrap my tripods with, so that people would not kick them during the parade. I figure I could either set out tape and try to like cordon it off, and nobody respects that, or I can set out decorations where people are like, oh, that's cool.
Oh, look at the little Christmas tree because it's a tripod.
But not everyone likes decorations, or I guess not everyone respects the don't touch the decoration rule. This story is about a man who in Chicago has been charged with stealing $45,000 worth of Christmas decorations.
I don't like this guy one bit.
No. This is
one bit. Do I like this guy? That's our whole MO over here at the household.
So if you guys know the How the Grinch Stole Christmas, I think the line in the book is, then he slithered and slunk with a smile most unpleasant around the whole room. He took every present, popguns, tricycles, something in plums. Anyway, the Grinch takes all the trimmings, the trappings, and even the roast beast. This guy is a real life Grinch. 52-year-old Victor Sessoms, we're going to out him a little bit, charged with 1 count of felony theft. It's a felony when you take that much Christmas decorations. It's not a misdemeanor. He stole 3 17-foot lighted Christmas reindeer decorations from the loading dock at Dooley Health and Care Field. That's the ballpark for an independent baseball team.
What a piece of work.
How do you fence 17-foot stolen decorations?
That's
these are
he
like
definitely scouted it out, right? He knew what he was doing long before he got there.
But they had this is similar to another story. The news company out of Utah had a story where a lady had her decorations stolen out of her yard, but in that case, they were replaced the next day by Good Samaritans who heard about the Grinch theft and just donated and redecorated the lady's yard for her. So there's a bright side to that story.
That's awesome.
But this guy was caught the next day, 1 day later, and
I'm glad he got caught.
Everyone's going to call him the Grinch. I mean, from now until forever, he is the Grinch,
100%.
Re-embodied. So.
The sad thing is he's gonna probably run with that and think it's funny, and his friends are gonna go with it too, and just gonna think it's cool.
No, that's not cool. That's like, there are a couple things that I think even thieves don't respect, and stealing Christmas decorations is one of them. They're like, really, dude? Right. I mean, had it been like gold bars from Fort Knox, we'd be like, yeah, man, good job.
Props.
But Christmas decorations?
Yeah. Not cool, Grinch.
No. Not cool. Nobody messes with Christmas. I mean, think of the children. So.
Right. Absolutely. That's man, we've got another one with big felonies that's also not cool. And this one is big, real big. And you'll relate to this because you play a little guitar yourself, don't you?
It's a full-size guitar, but yeah.
You play guitar a little bit, don't you?
Yes, you're right.
Oh, sarcasm. I love it. But unless when it's Uno reverse cards, when you don't love it. It's, but this one I thought, and my brother, I don't know if he's watching tonight or not, but he's a huge musician, real good. But this one's wild. Gibson guitars. If anyone knows one scintilla about music, they know Gibson. They know the name at least, or they've heard of it. It rings a bell. And this one blew my mind. U.S. Customs and Border Protection recently made a huge bust in Los Angeles. And it made waves across the music industry because there's a lot of musicians that, they're loyal to their brands, right? And Gibson is one of them for certain artists. And this was, where'd it go? More than $18 million seized of fake Gibson guitars. And they said they were real good looking. Like they looked great. So they said the way you can picture this is imagine 3,000 brand new Gibson guitars strung across an area, and you're looking at them and they're all fakes, but you can't tell. But they found them and got them. And what's crazy, the article doesn't give a whole lot of info of who and what and how and what led to it, but the pictures in the article, beautiful guitars. They look amazing.
Okay, so I'm upset on a couple counts. First of all, the idea that I could go out and buy a Gibson and it would not be a real Gibson is frustrating.
Bingo.
That must. I mean, that hurts the brand because people are like, I'm not sure if I want to buy a Gibson now because it might not be authentic.
Right.
So that's something Gibson's going to be a little upset about.
More than 3,000 fake Gibson guitars seized at the Los Angeles port. So
they had to be imported from like China or something.
Yeah, and there's got to be like, I don't know how that stuff works, right? Within customs and all that, how they had to be tipped or something, or did they just do their normal inspection and they found one that seemed suspicious, and so they started checking everything else, and they weren't at it. Like, how does a customs agent know to detect if that's an authentic Gibson?
Yeah, that
I
is weird.
Yeah, I have no idea how that stuff works, so I probably sound foolish, but I feel like there had to be someone tipped off of the shipment is going to arrive and it is all bogus. So make sure you stop this container.
Maybe it was shipping to like Joe Schmo at storage unit in Las Vegas or something like that. That was the end destination. They're like, hang on, Joe Schmo is not Gibson.
Right. So it raises the
Gibson factory. I've done a little bit of importing from overseas, but I've always like created my own product. I never had a brand name.
Yeah.
How do they know it's fake? Usually I thought that customs, all they're interested in is how much can we charge you in tariffs before we release your package.
Right. Have you paid all your tariffs or not? Yeah. So like Red Pen says, I'm sure they asked Gibson Company. I get that. Someone probably at one time, but what made them stop that shipment and halt it and check it and look through it all and be questioned of these guitars might not be real. We need to check this and make sure.
I'm guessing one of the inspectors was like, oh, I've got this guitar at home. I've got this Gibson. I play this. Mind if I give it a little strum? He's like, hey, something sounds off. The frets aren't right here, or the tuning pegs, they're not as smooth as they should be. I wonder if it was something like that. Somebody on the inside was like, I'm a bit of a musician. I seem to know my way around a Gibson, and these aren't right. It's like a shoe fanatic, right? They can look at a shoe and say, these aren't real Nikes or these aren't real Jordans.
They can bend a Nike this way, and then smell it and like rub the bottom.
The smelling thing. I'm sorry.
Like, that's fake. And I'm like, no. What?
I don't lick toilets. I don't smell shoes. I am out if either one is required.
Who licks toilets?
Nobody. Who smells shoes?
People.
That's the same for me.
Okay, so I get your point, but there's people that make a lot of money that smell shoes because they sell and deal authentics. No, there's not a job out there of smelling toilets.
I don't know, some plumbers.
They not by choice. They don't go. Oh, I know the source. They just get the tools out.
We got a sewer gas problem here.
Yeah,
sounds like the truck must have parked outside your street and blown the air backwards. Probably caused a geyser too, right? Yeah.
I know what's happening here. Y'all eat Taco Bell 3 times a week, don't you? Yeah. But God, jump into the next one because it's kind of the same. It's smelling shoes, smelling toilets, whatever. But we had a story 2 weeks ago. It was in Great Britain, was it? The guy with the foot fetish was going in and stealing shoes out of people's houses. Yeah. Fast forward to Japan. You've got a community freaking out about a foot fetish criminal stealing their shoes out of their houses. So they're all on high alert. They're all paranoid. Because now we've got another one. Someone's stealing dirty shoes so they can give them a sniff. And so police thought
maybe he's just training for like being able to find real Jordans.
That, or he watched our podcast and he went, "Oh, there's a business idea," which is unlikely. No watch, but police thought there was a thief on the loose at a It was from a kindergarten in southwestern Japan.
Shoes?
Kid shoes. So it's even worse.
Until security, anything and everything.
Well, you smell the inside, not the outside.
I think the smell sort of
just encompasses the product. Okay, that's fair. But the good thing, after police they caught the culprit in action. So the police
You're like, hey,
installed 3 cameras
there's no
in
way
the
those
school.
fit you. There's no way those fit you.
Yeah, hey
Those are
man,
kids' shoes. What are
why
you
do you have
doing?
shoes on your hands? What are you doing? Like, so the police installed 3 cameras in the kindergarten so they could catch this foot fetish thief, and it turns out it was a weasel. It wasn't a person. It was a weasel. What's going out there? Says it's great. It turned out not to be a human being. Great
Weasel.
press
And
release.
they follow the weasel back to the den, and it's just got like a whole collection,
Mhm.
like probably sorted by size and color and,
Yes.
and smell.
The difference on this one, though, compared to the actual foot fetish freak out in Britain that we read, is it's within the culture of Japanese to leave your shoes outside your dwelling before you go inside. So they were leaving them outside the kindergarten before they went in. So the weasel had easy access and would just go grab them, take them, and run off with them. Whereas our guy in the last story was going into homes and taking shoes. But still, all the parents thought someone was taking these.
I've heard you can train animals to steal stuff for you. Like
birds
like
can
crows.
snap money. Yeah.
Yeah, you train a crow to go pick up money on the street. It'll fly around, just grab money and bring it back and stick it in the drawer for you.
Totally.
You're like, hey, free money.
I've got a video of one. I almost outed myself. No,
I
I'm
wonder,
just kidding.
what's your crow's name?
Yeah.
No, I need a crow like that. I mean, that would be a great business model. It's like I sell crows that find money. You know, you take them home, feed them for a couple of weeks. They'll stay loyal to you, and just let them go, and they'll just bring back money.
Yep.
Don't ask questions. just
off it goes.
It looks like money. It'll be right in the drawer for you.
Right. Aaron says you leave your shoes in the entrance, not outside. This one states Japanese customary take their shoes off before entering the home, just as the article is written. So that's what I'm repeating. But and I've heard that, and I know it's here in the States. It's different, right? Some people are the same way. Right when you enter the threshold, kick off the shoes. Socks or barefoot throughout the house. And then there's some families that they'll just plop down on the bed and cross their feet and still have the tennis shoes on. This just depends on the family and what they care for.
I'm wearing shoes right now and it feels weird. I normally don't wear shoes in my studio.
But what about the rest of the house? Like if you come home from the day, like say Saturday when you're not streaming, you go to the store in the morning and you've got a few things to do around the house for the next few hours. Are you just walking around the house in tennis shoes and doing your thing? Do you take them off?
We have what we call the shoe room, which is the back entrance to our house. Okay. We always use the back entrance. It's closest to the driveway. It's not on the street side. And at one point when the house was first built, it was not enclosed, and so it's not heated. It's enclosed now. It's got a locked door and everything, but it's like an ice box this time of year. But that's our shoe room. We put our shoes in there. And when we first moved here, our entire house, the first time ever, was hardwood floors. And I thought it was beautiful. But like day 3, running around barefoot like we normally do, everyone's feet are like bruised on the bottom. We're not used to walking on hard surfaces.
Yeah.
Now we're all used to it. So everyone's, barefoot, socks, whatever it is, around the house.
Can we do a poll even on StreamYard? Or
no? Yeah.
Shoes in the house? Or no shoes in the house?
I think
as simple as that. Is it under brand? No, it'll have to be under your channel.
I think it's under like banners or something.
I'm on brand, and I don't see.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it on the channel. Here we go.
Yeah, because I don't see it on.
Okay, start a poll. Shoes in house. Yes or no?
I wonder how many people would answer the poll if it wasn't anonymous. If it showed what you voted for.
Okay. I've got a yes, no, or a yes, but with a caveat.
Okay, perfect.
I spelled where wrong. Oh, and the poll. I used red pen is going to.
It's too late. Just let it fly.
Red pen. I caught it first. Just for the record.
That counts for something. Sorry, Red.
Where? WEAR. Where do you wear?
Fine.
Red pen's like you're fired. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. Type it on my broken keyboard. That's my excuse. So we had 3 options. We got yes, no, or yes, but only house slippers. So like that's where you have like special shoes you only wear in the house. So those are the only options.
Which is fair.
Have you voted?
I did.
How did you vote?
That's a pretty awfully personal question, Scott.
Figure since we're here and I can't really ask anybody else.
So I'm actually a combo. We have no rules with shoes in the house, wherever you go, wherever you want. Part of that is because we have 5 dogs and 2 cats that have free range of the house. So the least of our worries are the germs or anything we're going to track in with our shoes, right? Granted, if we have really dirty, gross shoes, we don't track those into the house. Do I walk across our bed or couch or anything with my shoes on? Absolutely not. But in the times of when we know, the other part of that is we come and go so much throughout the day in the house and doing things, especially in the evenings, doing chores. The time we would lose by kicking our shoes on and off, going in and out and going roads would be ridiculous.
Velcro.
But once we're in for the night, no. But once we're in for the night, and it's dinner time and we know we're going to just watch some movies and get ready for bed and break it down, we'll kick our shoes off and then throw on some slippers or house shoes or whatever, just be comfortable in those. And then same for them. Obviously, we don't wear any sort of house shoes or anything in bed. In the morning time to let the dogs out and all that, it's throw on the slippers and get all that going. But like I work from home. I'm upstairs in my office, which doubles as my studio. But I shower, get fully dressed, get ready, all the clothes, tennis shoes, everything to come upstairs to work as if I'm going somewhere. I have to. I don't sit up here in sandals or house shoes and pajamas and work. And I don't have to see anybody ever. I could if I wanted to.
You brush the teeth, comb the hair, put on a little cologne, straighten the tie, then go upstairs and work.
100%. Every single
but
morning.
Not on camera.
No. I do, but that's a subscription site that you got to go to.
Yes.
No,
that's only for other. No, yes.
Yeah. But no, for me, I have to, because this whole working from home, even though I'm going on 8 years, has been a huge adjustment. It's really different. So I feel like I have to get up, get dressed as if I'm going to be ready for my day. But it's helpful because I do go run an errand or two every day about on my lunch break. So when I'm done, I'm ready to go and out I go. But
Aaron says no shoes.
Yeah. My shoes and run. Get comfortable.
Yeah. Here we had Sinbad. This was the question I was thinking of when you said this. I don't. I mean, I'll wear shoes sometimes in the house, like especially if I'm doing construction stuff, because I'm running in and out. I'm known to run over to my neighbor's house barefoot all the time, even in the wintertime, because it doesn't really get cold here. It doesn't get cold enough that 5 minutes outside you're gonna be like brr. And so he's like, he always thinks I'm crazy because I'm like, where are your shoes? I'm like, well, in the house. I'll get them if I need them. I don't. But I cannot wear socks to bed unless I'm camping and I need them to stay warm. A strict no bra policy in the house. Bras come off right after dinner.
I'm learning a lot on this one.
I had no idea. I mean, I'm not one. I can't share. This is not my place to share. So
I'm learning a lot from the ladies in chat. So there's even more. Wow, that's the thing. Same here. I'm home. The shoulder holders come off. Well, it makes sense, I guess. It's funny that somehow here we are in this podcast, but I saw a YouTube short today and some guy was on, I don't know, some podcast. I think it was Joe Rogan's podcast or something. And he was talking about wearing socks and even like mittens when you sleep. And he talked about the positive effect on your body it really had. It was a short. And he followed it up with how else it works if you take like a steaming hot bath right before bed and you get out, not the shock, but the way your body temperature rises within that really hot bath. And as soon as you get out, it's just like a heat dump that your body gets rid of and your core temperature falls and you go get in bed and it's like instant able to fall asleep and be way more comfortable. Somehow it coincides with going to sleep with socks on as well as if you wear like mittens or something. but we're on what Samantha agrees. Def no bra in the house. It's banned. That's we found a topic.
Red Pen said, "Women unite, no bras in the house," right? And everyone's like, "Yes, 100%." I've never seen a poll with such a unanimous response from. Speaking of polls, we ended the poll just a second ago about the shoes in the house. No was 43%, yes was 31%, and yes, but only house slippers is 25%. So a pretty good split. I'd say 30, but it was close to that.
Yeah, sounds about right. I don't even thank you for the weasel in Japan that brought us onto this topic, and that has enlightened Scott and I on no bras in the house.
I promise not to wear one in the house.
I'm with you. That's
Yeah,
I think
so
we can make
we
that
can
happen.
unite with all of you.
Yes, we are with you. Scott and I will not wear bras in the house.
Zero. Not gonna happen. Speaking of not wearing a bra,
Oh,
where'd you find this story, Thomas?
which one? Oh, in the one and only Houston, Texas, which I will be there next week. So I saw it and I thought, this is so perfect. It's amazing.
I pulled it up because I didn't read the. I mean, here's what you tease this with. Newest party bus draws attention. I'm like, oh, cool. I'm thinking maybe it's decorated like a Fortnite bus or school bus that has a big screen TV on the side or something. No. This is the people in the bus consider it their house. Let's put it that way, right? Is that safe to say?
Yeah.
No bras in the house.
No bras in the house. In the bus. It's a bus.
And the bus is see-through.
It's a glass. It's got a glass back compartment with a big stripper pole in the middle, and you can rent it. So the party keeps going. It's lit. When the party's done, you get on the bus, and it's all see-through with a stripper pole in the middle, and it just drives through Houston.
How is this legal?
It's Houston. Judge Fleischer. Oh my gosh, we might catch a case with Fleischer one day of you got stopped because you were doing what?
You crashed into the stripper bus?
Yes. It's phenomenal. What a typical party bus looks like. Just keep on scrolling for the Texas one. That's what the actual title on there says.
We won't play any of the videos, even though the video, the story did come with some video.
Ride TLC glass party bus. They don't have a rate that, and anyone can rent it. Anybody. I'm going to be there next week.
It's a U-Haul. It's a black painted U-Haul with glass windows. They cut out the sides and made windows.
And added the stripper pole.
And the pole for safety.
So a colleague and myself were
like a handrail. Vertical.
Yeah, it's
vertical
a trolley. Handrail. It's like a trolley going around the airport. That's all it is. It's all in the context of how you take it. So my colleague and I fly to Houston on Thursday, and we have to Uber about an hour north. We're going to go visit our boss and hang out for the weekend. And so I sent him this article today, actually, right after I put it on our sheet. Said, hey, I went ahead and just booked our Uber for Thursday next week. And I said,
is it like a rideshare thing?
You can rent it. It's a party bus that anyone can rent.
Yeah, but is it rent and park in our parking lot, or is it rent and hop in? We're going to take you downtown and take you to the restaurant.
Yeah, it's like renting a limo. Like you book this to take you to your destination. So
when you rent a limo, it's not usually preoccupied. it's usually just you.
Well,
or your guests.
If you're in Vegas, you can rent a limo that's preoccupied if you want. So Houston's expanding on there.
This is why I'm in North Carolina. No.
So, but my buddy, he replied back with, dude, we can't take that. We have too much confidential information on our laptops that people on the highway would be able to see. So we can't take that. Was his
the thinker. He's a thinker. Yeah. So I can think of a couple other reasons as well.
I can't wait to see what happens with this.
It's divorce attorneys is the number one reason, because divorce attorneys are expensive. Do you know what they cost? 50%. They cost 50%.
Oh, yeah. That's why That's why they say it's cheaper to keep her, right?
On a more uplifting story,
which would not be a bra.
No.
Bras off is not uplifting. Bras on,
right? On a completely different segue, I've been looking for a special treat, a snack.
Oh, I know where this is going, but I don't know. So this is a surprise to me. So chat, I'm with you guys here on this.
We've been looking for Chilean sea bass goldfish crackers.
Mm-hmm.
And I can confirm that they don't exist. Period. Everyone, they ate them. There are some packages that are available for like $500 on eBay.
Yeah.
I think that's a joke. There are no actual Chilean sea bass crackers
fake.
left. It's real, but everyone ate them before they knew they were worth so much money. And Pepperidge Farm has said never again. It was a one-time thing. We aren't going back there. And I continue to look, thinking maybe there was a bag hidden somewhere. So every time I go to a new store, I'm like rifling through all the Pepperidge Farms crackers, seeing if there was just one Chilean sea bass that got restocked to the back or something.
Yeah.
I did find another Pepperidge Farm goldfish bag that caught my attention because this one is vanilla cupcake. Grams.
Pretzel?
No, goldfish crackers. I haven't opened them yet. I'm
going to do the back. Oh, the back says something about a pretzel.
Oh, it says try goldfish pretzel.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Have a great day and don't get yourself all twisted in a knot.
Oh, someone's already got a taker. Laura says those are yummy.
Hey, I'm gonna do the old shoe test and give it a sniff right as I open the bag to see if they're authentic. So,
okay.
Oh, yes. It already smells like I'd say Walmart cupcakes.
This is wow.
They look like regular goldfish. I thought they'd have sprinkles, but they don't.
So they're vanilla graham cracker? Jennifer Jupiter. I was put butter on them all right with duck milk.
This is mislabeled. This should be a breakfast cereal. I kid you not.
Oh yeah, the milk.
This in a bowl of milk. In a bowl of milk. This is a breakfast cereal.
Oh.
It tastes like cake.
That's terrible.
These are winners.
So it's vanilla graham cracker.
It's vanilla cupcake, goldfish baked graham crackers.
So it's sugar.
It's healthy. It's got, let me look.
Yeah, good luck. Here it goes.
Whole wheat. First ingredient, whole wheat.
Oh.
Whole wheat flour. Enriched white flour. Some things I can't pronounce.
Is there xanthan gum? No, not in a cracker like that.
There's nasin. Don't know what that is. Couple acids. Vegetable oil. That's healthy, right? Plain sugar. My eyes are not good enough to read this. Brown sugar.
So the people want to know that little tiny bag. What's retail on that puppy?
I don't know because I snuck it in Mrs. R.A.'s shopping. and I was able to steal it from the bag before she knew it was there. So it made it through the checkout. And it was just, hey, I don't know why shopping's more expensive this week. I don't know. I think it was a couple dollars. Steve
says $4.35. Tess says $3.99 to $4.99. $4.99 from Lynn. $2.64 for. Wow, there's a lot of.
I think I got these at Food Lion. These are good. These are, Thomas, I'd give this like a 9 out of 10. 10
That's
out of 10 if
big-
they were in milk, but 9 out of 10 is really, really good.
All right.
They're better. I would say these are better than regular goldfish crackers, the cheddar crackers.
Well, that's a whole different category. You can't really compare.
They're goldfish. It says goldfish on it.
Yeah, the brand, but you said that's a cereal.
This is like when they make like Rocky 3 is better than Rocky 1. Okay, or I don't know. I haven't seen any of the Rocky movies, but when the remake is better than the original, that's what they've done here.
No, because that would be like comparing Rocky 1 of like a boxing match, and then Rocky 2 is like a scene out of Willy Wonka, because that's what Goldfish had just done here. So it's not even
Rocky in Wonka Land.
Yeah, it's not even the same. You can't do that.
These are good. You guys are missing out. Okay, I will recommend these. I will strongly recommend them. They probably aren't as healthy as I like to think they are. But it's not like they're covered in icing and sprinkles. Okay. It literally looks like a whole wheat. It has 8 grams of whole wheat. They're whole grain. They're healthy. 8 grams per serving. How many servings are in here?
I was gonna say, how many servings are in that bag? It probably says,
I think it's single serving.
It's 10, and you're gonna eat the bag. Oh, there's 5.
6.
There's 5 bags left at my local Walmart, and it's $6.99.
That's too much. $6.99. There must be bigger bags.
It's a what the heck? I'm going to click it.
Who's calling my wife? Is she here?
Getting told on. I have to go get some. It has 6 reviews and it's a 1 star.
These?
Yeah, on my site right here.
It must be like by haters. Is there like a knockoff brand that's trying to spoil it?
Oh my gosh. On the about this item in all capitals, extra goodness, : there are 8 grams of whole grain in every serving.
Told you. It's healthy.
Oh no. What a scam.
Colors are sourced from plants. See?
Yeah.
No artificial flavors or preservatives.
Colors are sourced from plants. That's like
I bet they'll start selling these at like Gold's Gym.
The grass is green,
hey,
so let's put green in it. That's what that means. It doesn't mean.
Would you like some goldfish grams vanilla cupcake with your salad today? You know this is good stuff. I'm going to include this in my weight loss program.
Sounds good.
I'll let you know how that goes.
Oh, all right. The stream is about to end, but I want to throw one more in here. Because I've never heard of it, but I'm curious if other people have. Has anyone in chat heard of the full-service Mexican chain Chi-Chi's? Apparently, it was a staple among chain restaurants.
Among restaurants a while back on the podcast.
Throughout the Midwest, yeah. So I've heard of it. I'm curious if others in chat, because we have such a... Okay, so we got yes, heard of it, yes, heard of it, yes. So 20 years ago, they had a terrible food poisoning outbreak that forced them into bankruptcy, and they closed. They're done. Everything's shut down. Yeah, Chi-Chi's are the best. Celebrated. They're so good. They're coming back. And yes, they were known for this, Scott. You're going to love it. Oh, where'd it go? It went so fast. Come back.
You can eat shrimp.
No. No, if they had it. They're known for their fried ice cream. And, but yeah, they're coming back. I saw it today. So it's a full-service Mexican restaurant. Chi-Chi's was a staple among chain restaurants, especially throughout the Midwest. It's a unique fried ice cream treat ranked right up there with Americanized chain delicacies like Olive Garden's and breadsticks and Applebee's dirt cheap margaritas, etc.
Red Lobster.
Red Lobster. Well, we don't want to get seasoned to
Are all the Red Lobsters coming back? Somebody said that they're like coming out of bankruptcy or something.
Of a select few of the locations are fighting and making it back, including ours in our town. They're making it happen.
How do I find out if mine will come back? I have to like search under somebody else's name, because if they see it's me,
just walk in and see if they seat you or not, and then you'll know. So it first opened in Minnesota in 1975 before quickly expanding to more than 200 restaurants scattered around the U.S. Along with the fried ice cream, the restaurant offered you typical Mexican chain fare such as sizzling fajitas and tacos. Then things went terribly bad. The chain shuttered its restaurants for good after described as a hepatitis A breakout
Ooh,
at a Pittsburgh
that's a
area
bad one.
location. Yeah, traced through green onions served in their complimentary salsa. Sickened 650 people, resulting in 4 deaths and several
Whoa.
hundred lawsuits.
Okay, so I am fortunate enough. I don't think I know anyone who's died from food poisoning.
Boy, I've wanted to. I know that.
Oh, the people who have it wish that they did.
Yes, I wanted to.
I have one story about food poisoning. High school. I told you this one. High school Easter weekend.
Typically excited for stories, but when it starts with food poisoning,
my buddy and I at the last minute, and well, the three of us, Bob, who's occasionally in chat, he lives in Evanston, Wyoming now, borrows his mom's like a Mazda MX-6 or something, supercharged variable suspension, nice car, and we pile in and we go camping down in Moab to watch all the rock crawlers. So they have a parade with like all the Jeeps and everybody. They do a parade at Easter weekend. As we zip down there against all of our parents' better recommendations. All of them are like, look, it's a stupid thing to do. Don't go. And we're like, yeah, but we're high school students, we're seniors, we need to do something. And so we went. Bob stopped at Circle K and got a hot dog.
Oh, gas station food.
Yeah, the hot dog was probably there like last week as well. It was. 100%. I saw the hot dog before he ate it, and it was not good. Okay, it looked like it was a chili dog, and I think it was a regular dog. I think it was like it had changed colors and things.
So what do you call it? A not dog? He
ate it. He ate the whole thing, and it was almost 20 minutes before he started feeling bad. And it went from bad to worse. I ended up, because he couldn't even drive, my other friends could not drive a stick shift. I got to drive his mom's MX-6, which was one of the things that we were not allowed to do. Only Bob could drive it. But he was dying, and we had to drive from Moab to Price late at night. And I took it up as fast as I could go.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I mean, heck yeah. Bob's not in chat, right?
145, 150, I think was our top speed.
I love it.
And it just, you guys don't realize, from Moab to Price, there's a section of straight road that is just like, as far as the eye can see, it is flat and straight, and there's no traffic, there's no trees, there's no critters, there's nothing. It's like desert run. And that's where I just found out what the MX-6 can do. It was a lot of fun. I think the statute of limitations has run out.
Gotta be by now.
So anyway, we made it to the hospital. The doctor's like, hey, you made it here just in time. And that's not code word for like, he would have died had you not gone this fast. That's code word for if you had waited 5 more minutes, he would have gotten better on his own. So that was fun.
That is fun. Going fast is fun.
Food poisoning. Yay.
Yeah. So yeah, they closed because of that. But following its closure, the brand name was eventually acquired by Hormel Foods, which still makes and distributes Chi-Chi's salsa. It's widely sold in stores throughout the U.S., along with similar branded chips and tortillas. Let's see, I want to just jump ahead. Reports reached a deal with Hormel to open restaurants under the Chi-Chi's name. The first restaurants are planned to open sometime in 2025. So it's coming back. I know it had a big following. I can't remember if I've been to one in Amarillo. Would it have been 20 years ago? Nope.
If it's good Mexican food, Mrs. R.A. will be 100% on board with that.
I love it.
She loves.
I'd like to see a comeback.
I like good Mexican food as well, but I don't know the Mexican names for food. Like I'll look at the menu and I'll forget things like pollo is chicken. And so I'm just looking at Mexican words. I'm like, unless it has pictures, I don't know what it is.
Are you looking at Mexican words or Spanish words?
The words that they have in Mexico.
Okay, fair.
I don't know what it is. Like I can study a menu and at home and be like, oh, I want the pollo, whatever, and then I get there and I'm looking at all these words and I can't even tell what cilantro is, in a Mexican restaurant. I don't know what it is about sitting there and have a waiter waiting with the pen ready, like, and what do you have?
Pressure.
Suddenly I cannot read Spanish or translate it into English.
That's what they call a practice player, not a game time player.
Of this special, of what she's having. That's all I do.
And then when they ask you for a follow-up question and you go, yeah, it sounds good. You just, I wonder what I'm getting.
Apparently the most expensive thing on the menu, because they know that I have no clue what I'm talking about. Anyway, good times. Oh man, I know we didn't get through the rundown, but it's been a week.
It's actually perfect timing because I'm buffering. I don't know if it's me or if it's you or if it's both of us, but
hopefully it's not me. It seems to be working on my end, but I will say I was supposed to come back live this afternoon. I kept waiting for the gentleman in Judge Cedric's court to have like his final appearance, and he kept like coming up before the judge and getting sat back down again, and then we're waiting. It comes up before the judge and sat back down. I'm like, I have to wait till the end. We will show tomorrow what happened today with him in court, and there's a lot, and then there's an extension. So we're looking for I think next week he will be back again. Judge has given him another chance, but Judge Cedric was not in a good mood.
No,
was not in a good mood. We're
it
gonna
was
play
awesome.
All
It was great. Awesome. Scott, thank you so much. Fun show. I'm glad you made it back from the parade, and we're here. Everybody in chat, thanks for coming to hang out once again. All your comments, all your feedback, all the opinions that you throw in there, it's what makes it fun for us to come hang out with you guys. So thank you so much.
Yeah, appreciate it all. Thank you very much. Have yourselves a wonderful night. I'm going to rebuild my studio now. So, have a good one, Thomas. Thank you.
Good night, all. You too, Scott.